I talked a little bit about weight loss yesterday. I hope it was pretty obvious that I was, joking around. Uh, Trying to do a little bit more of that for you guys. It's supposed to be a somewhat funny podcast, and anybody who's listened to the whole thing knows there's not a lot of humor. It's not really that funny. Uh, but yeah, I actually, on a more serious note, I did want to talk about it again. I have lost a lot of weight. I've lost almost 40 pounds actually. Uh, okay, that's not really fair. I put on 50 pounds, and then the last few months I've been working to get that weight off, and I've gotten off about 35 pounds or so, give or take a little bit. So I round up to 40 because it makes me feel good. Uh, but yeah, I mean that's not just important. That's literally essential. Like if you have people that care about you, you know, people that want to see you doing well, the best way to say I love you too is to take care of yourself. I mean, I'm not. This isn't secret wisdom. I guess. I hope not. You know. But yeah, I stopped taking care of myself. I let myself go, and not just in the weight category, in a lot of categories. And I'm really sorry to my parents, my sister, my girlfriend, the people that really got front row tickets to see that. It's awful. And I had to do some work to take care of myself mentally. And I remember going clothes shopping for the first time, like in a long time. Like I got a decent job and was making some decent money again. And I was looking at all my clothes. I got them all on the same day at Ross. I love Ross, but I don't know if you've been there. Sometimes it's a little whack. And you're wearing double XLs. Everything looks like you're wearing a bed sheet, So anyway, I wanted to get some clothes that I felt like actually represented me instead of just like generic, like black polo, blue polo, khaki shorts, black shorts. I got myself a couple t-shirts from like some anime that I like, a podcast I listen to, a couple silly button-up shirts that have like, flamingos on them and stuff. And I was, got myself a pair of like purple chinos. And I remember like getting them in the mail, trying them on, looking at it. I'm like, dude, yeah, this is me. That's the image that I want to put out there. I like that. I like dressing in a way where people look at me and maybe can get some kind of idea about me as a person. I don't want to look ridiculous. I don't want to look I don't want to look like radical, but I want people to look at me and like know what flavor it is before, they take a sip and get to know me, as, weird metaphor there. And I remember looking at myself in the mirror wearing purple chinos and a shirt that I really liked that my girlfriend got for me. I remember looking at it, I was like, dude, I fucking love this outfit, but I still hate how I look. Like I'm literally wearing purple pants. I weigh over 250 pounds at this point. Nobody looks at me and says like, man, that guy really, like, he's dressing how he wants to dress. No, what they're thinking is they look at me wearing purple pants and this shirt, and what they're really thinking is that guy doesn't give a fuck what anybody thinks about him. That's awful. I mean, that doesn't make me feel good. I really care about what people think about me. And not in a vain, petty, sad way. I mean, all right, no, it is in a vain, petty, and sad way. But no, I want people to look at me and know that I like to take care of myself. And yeah, I mean, that means something to me. So, you can't walk around weighing 250 pounds and wear purple pants and think that you look anything other than ridiculous. So, yeah, so I had to start losing weight. And, my doctor told me for a long time I had to start losing weight. That was the last time I went to the doctor. I think when I started putting on the weight, when I was like halfway up there, breaking through like the 230s, And my doctor's like, yeah, man, you got to lose like 15 pounds and cut your salt intake or you're going to wind up on blood pressure medication. I was like, damn, are you serious? She's like, yeah, next time you see me, like, you really need to do that, or that's a conversation we're really going to have. I was like, okay. So I switched doctors, like anybody does. Never saw her again. Because, I wanted to run from that problem, which is kind of a funny way to look at it. Because when I decided to start losing weight, that's exactly what I did. I started running. And I started running, and I kept running. And, the first time I ran, probably didn't even get a quarter mile, and I'm already about to like die. So I just started walking. I kept walking and kept walking, and then I said to myself, like, okay, I'll run as much as I can, but I'm not leaving until I've got 3 miles done. And so yeah, I just did that like 2 or 3 times a week. I think it was 3 times a week. And yeah, because I have 3-day weekends, so I just did it every day over my weekend. I started off my day. Other than homework, I didn't do anything until I finished running. And I just held myself accountable to that. So then, then after a while that got easy. I was knocking out 3 miles in like, not very long. I'm not a great runner, but it was taking me like half an hour. I'm, knocking them down. I'm like, dude, it doesn't seem like I'm doing enough. I was jogging like the whole thing and getting it done fairly quickly. So then I said, okay, 5 miles. And then it was 8 miles. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to run as far as I can and then just walk until I get exhausted. I did like 13 miles. That like the first time I did that. I was floored when I looked at my step count and how far that supposedly was. It was probably actually less than that. Those things are super inaccurate, but my point is I was proud of myself, and I was losing the weight, like, really fast. Like, it just came right off. It was awesome. And I realized something, that things could have been really different. Like, say if I had gone back to that doctor, and, that doctor was like, Vince, you should just give it a shot. Just see if you feel better. See what happens. I mean, it's safer this way. You might have a heart attack. You could have a stroke. And she would be 100% correct. I was not changing the oil in the machine. Not even some. There was no slowing down. And I was just thinking, like, man, you get on blood pressure medication, and then what happens? I mean, a lot of people know about, like, what that does to you. Then your kidneys are, you got a problem with your kidneys. Now you got to take this other medication because it protects your kidneys. All right, well, you still have a couple beers each week, so now your liver's all fucked. So here's some medication for your liver. And meanwhile, one of these medications, you don't know which, and make you start putting on weight. Then you come back to the doctor. You say, man, I've got problems with my joints. And then they put you on another medication to, fix your joint pain. You're like early onset arthritis in your knees caused by obesity, whatever. And then you're still putting on weight because there's nothing you can do to stop it. You've hit critical mass. You go back to the doctor, and your doctor looks at you in the face and says, listen, if you don't start working out, if you don't run, if you don't go running or walking, like for an hour, twice a week, then you're going to die. So then what happens? Well, now it's super painful because, you got all this joint pain and you're huge. So you go, you try and work out and take care of yourself. And instead of running so that you feel sexy and energetic and you look good, no, instead of running for those reasons, what you're really doing is you're running for your fucking life. So just get out there. Just enjoy yourself. Enjoy the beautiful day. I love waking up in the morning. I look, there's, you have a rainy day and then the next morning you come out. It's beautiful. It's like, wow, what a great morning. I can't wait. I can't wait to go to the track and run. I'm going to do some great thinking. I can't wait to listen to Metallica, work up a sweat, however you do it. It doesn't matter. Or just go for a walk, and then as soon as you start to get bored, call a friend. Just chat. Call like an old friend, even better. Call somebody that you haven't talked to in over a year. Shoot them a text. Hey, like I want to talk to you. Not if you're busy though. I want to like have a real conversation. Boom. You're walking. You got a decent pace going, and you're on the phone with your buddy for like an hour and a half. Boom. You just accidentally did 6 miles. It's great. I mean, I don't know. They worked for me. And I mean, it's important if people care about you, especially if you have a significant other. The best thing is way better than flowers. I'll tell you that. You start losing some weight, it's way better than flowers.